The global energy transition to net zero emissions by 2050 is going to require a massive 50% increase in capital investment to about 4.2 trillion Aussie dollars every year. Research company Wood Mackenzie says in its latest Energy Transition Outlook report that no major country is on track to meet their 2030 emissions reduction goals. Joining me now is Gavin Thompson, Vice Chair of Energy Asia Pacific at Wood Mackenzie. Gavin, thanks so much for your time. So how is the world tracking on its goal to achieve net zero by 2050?
Yeah, thank you. Look, I'll put it very bluntly. I think the harsh reality is the world is not closely on track, not remotely, to meet the goals of the Paris Agreement, which, as you will know, are to limit global warming to no more than 1.5 degrees. We're not even close to 2 degrees. At Wood Mackenzie, our fifth annual Energy Transition Outlook shows that we're actually on something more like a 2.5 degree pathway by 2050. And what's incredible about this, I think, is that it's only marginally lower than what we were projecting 5 years ago. So many people ask the question, why so little progress?
And how does Australia's journey towards net zero compare to other major economies? And will Australia need to adopt nuclear energy, which has been a bit of a hot topic here over the last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of really interesting questions there. There's no doubt, of course, that we see a huge opportunity for Australia to fully capitalise on the upside of the energy transition and to continue as a major energy and commodity supplier of low carbon energy to the world. But there's also challenges to this. So let me explain. Australia has been a leading producer and exporter of energy and metals for decades. This is well known, a very stable investment environment and a proven ability to develop projects and execute projects. Now, what we see today is that progress with Australia's energy transition investment and ability to fulfill its potential is at risk. That there is a lack of policy support, which is stifling investment, for example, in new gas supply, which is contributing to an energy crisis on the East Coast, and is going to likely to see an increased reliance on coal. That's not great news. When we look at renewables, particularly again on the East Coast, you've got rising intermittency, you've got grid congestion that is stalling investment in renewables. And these are really central to Australia's plans to decarbonise. And despite green energy hub ambitions, Australia is yet to fully kickstart its carbon capture and storage, for example, its green hydrogen industries. We've got lots of projects in the pipeline. We've got to turn them into reality. And I think that's the big challenge. Now, the question, and I know it's a very emotive question, does Australia need nuclear? In our base case, in our energy transition outlook, we don't have nuclear in Australia. But in a 1.5 degree world towards 2050, there is a role for nuclear to play. Now, I'm not going to comment on the policies and the support and opposition in Australia to do that, but it's going to be much harder to get to a net zero, a 1.5 degree world for Australia without some role for nuclear.
Gavin Thompson from Wood Mackenzie. Sorry, we're out of time, but thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.